Good morning, guys. It's Friday morning. Looks a little bit cloudy, like I say. I think we're actually having a May-June rainy season this year. So I'm here in Luke chapter 7, and I'm reading from verse number 1. Now, it says here, when Jesus had finished saying all this to the people, he returned to Capernaum. At that time, the highly valued slave of a Roman officer was sick and near death. When the officer heard about Jesus, he sent some respected Jewish elders to ask him to come and heal his slave. So they earnestly begged Jesus to help the man. If anyone deserves your help, he does, they said, for he loves the Jewish people and even built a synagogue for us. Interesting. This little piece that I was reading it. A couple of things just kind of stood out. The first thing it says here is that he was a highly valued slave of a Roman officer. Now we're talking Jews and the Romans. They got this thing. The Romans are over them and so on. And the thing is, even though this person was a slave, this Roman person valued them. They had value on them. They didn't just treat them any old how. When we think about what happened in real slavery in terms of the African people, I don't think this is what was going on, because this man, the slave, got sick, and this guy decided, you know what, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to ensure that I go find, there's this Jewish leader who's healing people and doing things, and I'm going to go get the elders to go and ask him for me to come and heal this man. It also goes on and says that these elders were willing, which speaks of this guy's character. It tells me that even though the others were, dictatoring and being all, disciplinarian and whatever and so on, he was not like that. And so he had a testimony of character. Both of these people, the slave had such a testimony of such good work and such character that his boss was willing to go out on a limb to get him healed. And in the same way, his boss, this Roman officer, where the Jews would be like, I don't want anything to do with you, like, you slaves should just dead, or whatever the case may be. But that's not always happening. These people say, hey, Lord, can you please come and help this man? If anyone deserves his help, your help, he does. That spoke highly of his character. And I want us to stop and reflect on that today. Will somebody recommend us that way? Will they say, like, look, if anybody deserves help, if anybody deserves something good happening to them, you do? It kind of hits me that the testimony of his character was just so strong that these people were willing to beseech Jesus to come and do a favor for him. It said even that he built a synagogue for them. So he was not just looking at his own needs, but he was looking at the needs of what we would call the minority group as well. He didn't say, like, the Romans, we're the boss, we're the ones in charge, and that's it. He was concerned about the regular Jewish people enough to even petition and have a synagogue built on their behalf so they can worship their God. And and I think it's because of all of this that Jesus got involved, because this guy was good to God's people. And so it's kind of fitting, as they say, if anyone deserves your help, he does. And so I want us to stop and reflect on our character and ensure that when people talk about us, regardless of whether we're the boss or we're the employee, or we're the one in charge, or we're just the one following the orders in in this particular scenario, in this particular situation, in on this committee or whatever it is, our character is supposed to speak for us. And I'm hoping that it's speaking good things on our behalf, that people can say, hey, you know what, yeah, you're doing a good job, like, yeah, that's a good person, yes, that's somebody who really and truly deserves good coming to them because of what they put out to others around them. All right, so that's my word of encouragement as we go into this weekend. Look at yourself and try to figure out how people will see you and how will they testify about your character and about the things that you do for those around you. All right, have a wonderful weekend and a fabulous Friday, and remember, he loves you and I do too. Be blessed.